Chapter 7. People today do not believe in anything, and yet, following the lines of that false definition of faith which they take from the Epistle to the Hebrews and incorrectly ascribe to St. Paul, they imagine they have faith. According to this definition, faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. But besides the fact that faith cannot be a substance of something hoped for, since faith is a spiritual state and the substance of things hoped for is an external event, neither can it be the evidence of things not seen, since this evidence, as explained in a subsequent section of the Gospel, is based on trust and evidence of the truth. Trust and true faith are two separate concepts. Faith is neither hope nor trust, but a particular spiritual state. Faith is man's awareness that his position in the world obliges him to perform certain actions. A person acts according to his faith, not, as the Catechism says, because he believes in things unseen as in things seen, nor because he wishes to achieve things hoped for, but simply because, having defined his position in the world, it is natural for him to act according to it. Just as a farmer tills the soil and a seafarer sails the seas, not, as the Catechism suggests, because they both believe in things unseen and hope to be rewarded for their activity. This hope exists, but it is not what guides them, but because they regard the activity as their vocation. Similarly, a religious believer behaves in a certain way, not because he believes in things unseen or expects rewards for his conduct, but because once he has defined his position in the world, it is natural for him to act according to this position. If a person has defined his position in society as an unskilled labourer, an artisan, an official, or a merchant, he considers he ought to work as an unskilled labourer, artisan, official, or merchant, and does so. In just the same way, men in general, having defined their position in the world in one way or another, unavoidably and naturally act according to this definition, which is sometimes not even a definition, but a vague consciousness. Thus, for instance, a person who has defined his position in the world as being a member of God's chosen people, who in order to enjoy God's protection must fulfill his demands, will live in such a way as to fulfill these demands. Another person who has defined his position in such a way that he believes he has passed and is passing through various forms of existence, and that the deterioration or improvement of his future more or less depends on his actions, will be guided in life by this definition. The behaviour of a third person, who has defined his position as that of an incidental combination of atoms in which a consciousness has been temporarily ignited, but which is bound to be extinguished forever, will differ from the two above mentioned.